Hello, good evening, and welcome to Garblag Games. I am Ben, the Games Master, and we're playing Ascension Heist. Oh no, I'm the storyteller here, aren't I? Sorry, Games Mastering is in other games. Storyteller, because Mage 20th edition. So we're here for Ascension Heist. It's been 2 weeks since our last session because we started introducing a few more games to the channel. With me, I've got David.
Hello.
David is playing...
I'm playing Jonathan Matheson Jr. I'm a former New World Order grey suit operative turned dream speaker. I'm basically the con man.
Con man. I have Claire D.
Hello. I am playing Tiana, who is a dream speaker, ex-city girl, and enjoys talking to her computer.
I have Aldun.
Hello. I will be playing Ray Van Horn.
Ray.
Who is a delightful East End character who likes to go fast and just generally be a geezer in it.
And the lovely Claire Potter also.
I am playing Sweet Pea, handle Chaos Angel, who is a virtual adept hacker from the Deep South.
And last time on Ascension Heist, our intrepid band of adventurers had been exploring a range of different sites in and around the city of London, looking up where strange shenanigans have been going on involving unexploded Nazi Thule Society mystic bombs. And they had there were membranes.
Membranes for days.
One of them was fetid.
Yeah.
That was the week before. We don't have to keep bringing it up.
Most recently, they visited a building site in Islington where a house was being built for a Turkish millionaire kleptocrat by the name of Hassam Ali Beyoglu.
May or may not be a werebear.
And in the basement thereof, they had discovered all kinds of creepy disturbingness and ended up in a gunfight with two thugs, which they have since left and returned to their base of operations in Stepney, a nice little lock-up garage, ready to discuss what's going on and consider the urgency of their heist now that they've only got 2 days till deadline. So in the garage, shocked, stunned,
slightly stabbed,
a little bit
Okay.
traumatized.
Yeah, little bit stabbed here too.
Yeah.
Not
But no, I was
very
meaning
well.
you. You got stabbed.
I think I was bruised, wasn't I?
You were,
I believe so.
Yes, and I think Sweet
I'm so bruised.
Pea got thrown across a room.
Yeah, I think we recovered bruising level bashing damage in like 10 minutes or something, so I think we're both fine by now.
Okay, yeah, it was bashing.
Yeah, I had 3 levels of ag.
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll be a while for you, mate.
Yeah.
I guess you didn't really see me as much of a threat, really.
I don't know, you were trying to twist his head off at one
You
point.
did teleport and
Pulling
wrap
his
your-
mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, and the most significant damage you did do was to give him some minor facial discomfort by pulling on his sash.
Yeah.
They were a little bit more concerned about the dude who was shotgunning them and the lady who was trying to tear their spirits out through their mouths. Little things.
The little things. Well, the lady who punching psychic holes through their armor, which then made the shotgun shells that much more effective. Yes.
Oh, that was yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Hello, target.
But
I are squishy.
So what were they? Do we know what they are? Or...
Dead.
Well, yeah.
mess.
So
That's the
they're
best way to be.
people with
I think
spirits
there was
in
a
them.
theory that they were part man, part spirit, and they'd been essentially either experimented on or willingly brainwashed into having a spirit bonded into them.
Yeah,
Does
Ray
anybody
said,
know the special name for somebody that is half spirit, half person?
I think the players do. I don't think any of our characters do.
Ah.
I think Ray said like venoms, which I think works quite well. They're sort of people with spirits in them, which are making them tougher.
Okay.
Except now I've got Eminem in my head going, Venom, Venom, Venom.
It's entirely on
Right.
you.
It's spirit human hybrids.
Yeah, they're looking for
Hassan.
Ali Bayoglu.
Yep.
No evidence that they're working for. I blank his name every time. Damien.
Just
Mind like a steel trap.
It's never going to stick, that note. Psychic force field around it makes it slippy.
Yeah, so there's no evidence that the spirit creatures are working for Damien. So we're still left with the idea that Ali Bioglu is some kind of enlightened threat, a mage or some other supernatural being who's interested in these sites because they're a source of power for him, and Damien is a largely hapless patsy who's acquiring the sites for them. Are we happy with that interpretation for the time being?
Yeah, seems to fit what we found out.
So where do you want to take your investigation / scam / raid from here?
So he's going to receive.
So we were talking about the money transfer at this point, weren't we? We were going to sort of focus on that.
So how's the money coming in?
Electronic transfer?
From Turkey?
I assume it must be from his. Yeah.
I mean, is Ali Bioglu going to be in the building in person at all?
I guess we could find out. We could check.
Do you want me to
check
hack in and see if there's any sort of CCTV footage from last time?
Yes. And while we're at it, does one of you want to check?
Gonna check flights. Yeah.
See if we can find flights booked under those names.
Kindler's calendar.
Yeah. See if he's going to be here personally. I mean, if we're just talking a transfer, then it's all on you two. But you're just intercepting the transfer and spinning it through. But I assume we're trying to get into.
Right. Claire D, what was that roll for? What were you trying to find out?
If there's anything on the CCTV footage from his last transfer, if there's anything beforehand.
There is not. Not on CCTV, not of him from your last transfer. Innumerable meetings, anybody could be an agent of his, as far as you can tell. Huge amounts of data just streaming through your computer when it comes to the financial relationships between the two. It looks like up until now he's been receiving sort of piecemeal payments and then gradually building them up over time. But from what you understand, the next payment, the big one, is the last payment. So it's like one big deal. There is a reference to a crypto key, a physical crypto key, in some of the emails about this journey.
There we go.
Can I see anything further at it?
Potter, while you're looking into calendars and flights and stuff, yes, Ali Bioglu is going to be on site by the looks of things. There is a meeting penciled in Mr. A in Damien Kindler's timetable for 2 days hence.
Okay.
And a note on there that says crypto key as well.
Okay.
So, Claire D, what you would also know from that is that a physical crypto key can sometimes be used for algorithmic locking. So if you want to encode something so that nobody can intercept it, you twin it with a physical device that has a constantly shifting key, so that when the two come together, they're the only two things that can recognize each other. So it looks like the money transfer is going to be electronic, but can't be unlocked without this physical key, which will change hands according to what Potter found out on the timetables. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to have to intercept him. Oh, what if we put in a different key? It could be, yeah, could be someone else. But if we can try and change the key over somehow with sleight of hand, you know, pocket one, give him a different one, transfer the money somewhere else. Will that work?
So whose key is it? Is this
Alibioglu
has a physical crypto key.
right? So the physical crypto key is needed to get the money from Alibioglu.
Yeah,
So
to
if we
finalize
can-
the transfer.
It's like an
So if we can-
authorization step.
Yeah.
So if we can lift and swap the key, then we can do a fake key, which will do nothing, and use the real key while they're trying to figure out what's wrong with the fake key. Use the real key to steal the money ourselves.
Yes.
Unless we could get to the device.
Which device?
Whichever
One
one's
in the
twinned with.
offices.
One in the
it's
office.
the server. You'll need both because you need the server to get the money and you need the crypto key to unlock it. So what you're looking at is needing to get this crypto key to the server inside Caton Holdings.
Then we can redirect the money somewhere else.
Everybody stop.
Yes.
There's no way we can lift the key, get it out of there, and you can redirect the server in some way and make the transaction offside.
We could try. I mean, yeah, theoretically, if we, you know, we can tap into the server from anywhere.
You do have a virtual adept. Spoofing the server isn't impossible.
And the fake key, can we make the fake key so that makes it look like the money's being transacted like for 5 minutes or something, and then it all falls apart?
Yeah.
It's what we like to see, a virtual adept saying, I have no idea, but saying yes, but meaning I have no idea.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Seems like it.
Piece of piss, let me just invent an entire new school of software to work out how. Okay, so you've got the beginnings of a heist plan brewing then.
So we're going to need a bit of time to, okay, so we need a fake key
How long have we got?
program here. We've got 2 days. I guess we
So we
want
make
to have
a
some
fake
time to
key.
intercept the key.
Yeah. So we need to make a fake key. Can you make a fake key in advance, or do you need the key to make a fake key?
We're probably
We'd
going to
need
need to
access-
copy it, aren't we? Or be
Yeah.
able to see the back end of it online.
So our
Or at least
sequence-
access the server. Those.
Our sequence is before the event. Do you need to physically break in to spoof the server, or like to plug a cable into a different plug
Just need
I think-
access to it.
Mhm.
Technical.
to get like a BlackBerry Pi?
Ooh,
In the
pie.
system.
Oh, lovely.
We
So
can
poss-
either have a device that's already connected to the server, or we need to get a device in there to connect to it in some way, I guess.
So one we get on site and we hack a device into their server so they can remotely access it.
Mhm.
2, we intercept Alibioglu on his way to the meeting, lift the key. 3, you physically reproduce the key, and we get the fake key back into his pocket before he gets to the meet.
Yeah.
4, we keep everyone talking and happy while you conduct the scam transaction.
Mhm.
5, it all falls apart, and we get
We leg
shot.
it.
We need someone on the inside.
I love the it all falls apart step because it never really specifies who for.
Yes,
All
someone on the
stars, yeah.
inside. Can we find any kind of indication of Alibioglu's itinerary? Is he going to go to that temple with the chains?
Oh, well, the house isn't built yet, so you would need to find out a bit more information about his itinerary. Maybe he will be going there. Who knows? Maybe they'll be going to report
the other
to
one,
him.
the one in the back of the shop with the chains dangling from the ceiling.
Oh, right. I see what you mean. No way of telling at this point without looking into him and his goings on a bit more.
Can I
Right,
have a
he's-
look on? Sorry.
Go on.
I just wanted to see what temping agency they normally use and if there's any anything open at the moment for a keen young secretary.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
mean,
there'd be someone on the inside with access to the system.
yeah, make a manipulation and subterfuge roll. Because that's a talky thing rather than a typey thing.
I was going to Google it. So manipulation and
Subterfuge.
It, new.
No.
Hand me the phone.
Yeah, that'd be them saying you'll need to talk to our HR department for that kind of information. Whereabouts are you calling from?
Oh, I was just keen to work with you guys.
Well, we do have a summer internship program. Would you like me to connect you with HR?
That'd be fantastic if you don't mind. Yes, please.
Let me just put you through.
Thank you.
A few seconds later. Caton Holdings, HR.
Hi there. I'm keen to work for you guys, and I was wondering if you could point me in the right direction to an agency or any internship programs or anything like that.
Well, we don't actually have any vacancies at the moment. The agency we usually work with is Shane Corb Associates, but we're quite happy with all the people that we currently have. I'm told that you might be interested in the summer internship program.
Yes.
That's starting in about 8 weeks. If you want to forward a copy of your CV to
which email?
HR at catonholdings.co.uk, or one word, Caton Holdings, then we'll have someone get back in touch with you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Look forward to hearing from you.
Thanks very much for calling. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Damn it. It was
Right
worth a
on.
punt.
I'm not going to call them because they're going to be suspicious, but do we have a directory of numbers for Caton Holdings?
You can find one without too much difficulty.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going to...
These things do float around the internet.
Yeah. So you've spoken to the head of HR, and who was the first person you spoke to?
I'm assuming it was a receptionist.
You have to say again, Dave. You just went
You
all
want
twitchy.
to try and get a job. Okay, sorry. Right, you're trying. We've already spoken to the head of HR and to or someone in HR and to.
I doubt it was the head of HR.
Okay, someone in HR. Yeah. All
someone,
right, then,
someone who did the internships.
And you want to get a job there, and they're not currently looking. Did you get the feel of telling the truth?
Did I?
Or just brushing you off?
Was I just being removed because I was no longer useful?
Make a perception awareness check. Right. It was sort of a brush off.
Last time.
I know. It was sort of a brush off, but it wasn't like a hard brush off. That was a sort of soft brush off. That was some rando unknown is contacting us out of the blue. We haven't got an advert up. We have an agency that we've already got contract with. It sounds like a phishing thing. Somebody trying to find something out.
What's Alabogli's company called? Or is it not?
It's not listed as a company. He's a private investor.
Okay. I'm going to call
That's kind of the point of Caton Holdings and Investments, is that they're the front.
I'm going to call the head of HR at Caton Holdings, if we can get that number off the internet.
Yep.
I'm going to give a manipulation and subterfuge roll. What difficulty?
Difficulty 7 because cold call.
No.
He does not even pick up the
I
phone.
rolled a 1, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 6, and a 6.
Well,
Wow.
at least you've used up that bad roll now.
Wow.
I'm
What
gonna buy,
even is the average there?
I'd like to buy Dave a reroll.
Oh, Yay! Right, spend your groats then. Yay, there you go.
That's an average of 4.
4 on a D10.
Astonishingly awful. Yeah.
Right, well, a
Good
generous Twitch patron has just purchased you a reroll.
Yay!
Wonder who that could have been.
Oh, who could that be?
Right.
Come on, Dave. I believe in you.
Oh, what are you doing?
That was better.
I got 110. I can re-roll the 10.
Yay!
What is going on? What's the code roll?
slash roll 1d10.
1d10.
There you go.
Yay!
A success.
Yay.
On 9 dice on the second try. That's incredible.
So on
Wow.
18 dice, you got a success.
Let's hope that's
Not
used up
even
all the
that,
bad
because
rolls for tonight.
the first roll was -2 successes. Right. So I'm going to gently imply that I work for Mr. Ali Boglu, and I just wanted to make sure, touching base ahead of the coming discussions, that there was enough resources there, because we felt like there wasn't enough personal attention during the last visit. And can you make sure you've got the staff resources to hand in a bit of a nudge, wing way?
Yeah, really, no need to worry. We've got everything covered. We have the usual contractors, and we've invited a few extra. And we, of course, have our in-house staff to deal with the financials. So unless there are any dietary issues or concerns that we're not aware of.
I mean, it's great to hear, but whatever you've got, hire more. Like 3 more people, at least.
Impressive. Mr. Ali Bayoglu must have serious stamina. But yeah, it'll be done. No worries.
All right. Okay. They're going to hire 3 more people. Sounds a little bit like they're hiring escorts. So
What have you dropped me in?
I don't know, but do you want
This
to make
is not going to be a summer internship program.
Ew.
But do you want to make another try at getting hired?
I'm not sure.
You probably need to create a vacancy before you could get hired at the minute. It's kind of your takeaway from all that,
Right.
which means either going through the agency to get yourself hired, or by creating a last-minute vacancy.
Oh, you mean nobble somebody?
Right. Let's.
Yeah, well, they could win an all-expenses-paid trip to Bermuda.
Or a box.
Can we not just electronically create a vacancy?
I was behind you on that one, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something you could do. You could try and hack their HR systems to create a job vacancy to go in and interview for, so that you're in the building.
Yeah.
Or just hire
Yeah.
yourself.
Or
That wouldn't get you access to their systems, though.
probably
same
not.
way.
I mean, as a temp, you're not going to get access to systems either necessarily. You may
Depends
find
what they are.
that there are other employees that have access to all sorts of places that get overlooked more easily.
If you're supposed to be there for whatever reason on a semi-regular basis, then you're more likely to be able to make a contact with someone who you might be able to sort of, suggest goes and gets a coffee while you have a quick look at their PC without them realising.
In 2 days?
Well,
Would it be easier just to
Let's see, why not?
steal a
It's worth a go.
pass? Like follow some of the people down to the pub after work, swipe a pass, use their pass before they notice it's gone.
That'd certainly get you in same day as the theft of the pass.
Mhm.
It might not be any good the next day when they go to work again and find out that they haven't got a pass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at least get you either in the building or access the night of the stealing.
We can try and copy it because it's just a card reader.
Oh, well, in that case,
like
yeah. I mean, you could go
RFID or
in,
something, I assume.
swipe it, give it back.
Clone
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You must have a device there, Sweet Pea, that will clone things, right?
I can certainly make one.
I mean, yeah, you could knock together a card reader without too much difficulty and go to town on that.
Cool. Let's do that. So pub
Their
tonight,
cleaners
then.
have passes.
Yep, their cleaners would have to.
I wonder if they log into their computer systems with their card passes or something else. Because I'm thinking
They
if we can
might
get an
do, but
employee one, maybe.
Most places they'll have like an extra layer of security on the laptop anyway.
Yeah.
They're not going to just have the pass. They'll have some kind of encrypted code to get actually access to the laptop first.
Oh yeah, that's normally what the card or the key is for. No?
I see what you
Depends
mean,
on their
yeah.
system.
A lot of places will just go with a password. Some places will have a password and a key card. Some places just
But
have
if we
key
could get
card.
in, there's a lot of people who can't remember their passwords. So many. And post-it notes are so handy.
Yep.
Let's
Got to break
choose
in, you get the post-it note from inside the drawer. Everybody knows that.
She's a dumb
If you don't, you do now.
Right, so I'm going to make a card reader. What am I doing?
Don't forget the piece of paper passport as well.
Oh, yeah.
No, not yours.
Oh, not mine.
Just any old piece of paper.
Oh. And a clipboard.
Looking harried, holding a piece of paper, universal passport for an office.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk to you.
But they'll open doors and let you through.
Especially if it's a big sheaf of papers.
Right, Potter, what are you rolling for?
Making a card reader.
Making a card reader.
I'm not saying my daddy taught me how to steal money from people, but
your daddy
that
taught you how to
role-
steal money from people. And he did a
that
damn
role
good
says
job.
I've done that a few times before.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Card reader, yeah, I got one right here. Boss. You didn't have one 10 minutes ago. Well, I have one now. Not only do you make a card reader, you make the kind of little compact card reader that you can wear flush up against the side of your body so that you can take a card off of someone, swipe it, and give it back in the same movement.
Awesome.
Oh, look, you got this.
So, yes, you have a nice little card reader all made up.
Nice.
Are we looking at step 0?
I think so.
Right, so we're getting in the building twice. Once to put some kind of physical tap on the server, and then once on the day.
I guess we were hoping we wouldn't need to on the day, but
That's true. Well,
if we can intercept the key while he's en route or somewhere before, so that we're nowhere near the place when it goes off, preferably.
Well, look, what would be most effective if we can do a 2-person lift. So if I can try and intercept him off-site, lift the key, get the key to you to clone, and then Tiana takes the key to the site and gets it back into his hands until handover. What do you think? Or
Yeah.
That presumes he's not going to check the key in the meantime.
that is true.
Or do we need to intercept him and keep him distracted long enough to clone the key and replace it with the fake?
If only there was a time when you knew he might be distracted.
Sounds like a guy who might enjoy this, what was it, Peppermint Elephant place?
Well, he's working his way through all them interns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
was the evening service at the Peculiar Chapel.
Yeah, so there's the evening service in the Temple Full of Bloody Chains. Which we're not sure if he's going to be there, but that is a good place to target.
Also a good name for a nightclub.
Yeah.
Different nightclub. Or try and anticipate where he's going for all of these women that he's going to be abusing.
Who tapped his itinerary? Right,
Me,
he is staying at the Park Lane Hilton.
of course. Okay.
And he has a suite booked.
Well, of course he does.
Oh, we
Right.
could send some
Good.
friendly females in his direction.
Not comfortable.
Present from London.
I could wear a dress.
So are we sure he's keen on the ladies?
I think we
Yeah.
need to come back to the Ray wearing a dress discussion.
Well, I don't want
We're getting
don't-
into Mulan territory here.
to. I don't want to put any ladies in harm's way. You know, put on a bit of rouge.
Yeah, because that'll totally hide the whiskers.
Well, you know.
I mean, it'll certainly be a distraction.
Yeah. He
Not
might
just for
be-
him.
Might be what he likes, which is going to go worse for me. But you know, one for the team and all.
So there are ideas for what you could do. Okay.
We could just go in as a cleaner, maybe.
Yeah, across my mind, it's probably slightly safer than going in as someone who's actually got the relevant words tattooed across the face.
No, if he's turning up at the hotel, one of the first things he's going to do after an international flight is probably go to the bathroom. Those bathrooms have attendants in them that like give you towels and wash your hands and off your perfume and stuff. That'd be a very opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It depends if he's going straight to his suite or not.
It's true. Do we try and cover all bases?
So what time's this flight come in?
Late morning.
Okay, so I suppose he may not go straight to his room for a long period of time if it's coming in late morning.
Well, that means he'll have had to get up early to get to the airport. So
So he'll probably get in. I was going to say take his bags to his room, but he won't. He'll have someone take his bags to his room, won't he?
Yeah.
And go to the front bar to get something to eat.
Yeah.
Or if he's got a suite, maybe someone in his room. But it sounded like the hotel is our best bet for an interception.
Yeah.
So,
well, he's flying in tomorrow.
So we can get someone working on bar. We can get someone
So he's
attending
gonna
the toilet. We can get someone in the bar. We can get someone in as a cleaner. Any one of these opportunities. A little bit of mind magic. A couple of changes of costume. We don't have to be too clever with like getting ourselves hired or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. We can just pretend.
Just
Turn
be
up,
there.
put the necessary person to sleep if you need to. Take over from them for 5 minutes. I mean, put them to sleep. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't mean,
Not like the long sleep.
just the regular
Just a snooze.
They're not going to a farm upstate.
Just thinking logistics. The Hilton has an underground car park, yeah?
Yeah.
So if we trick out the van with whatever Sweet Pea needs to clone the key, maybe a few changes of uniform, and we can get that into the basement in the car park, then we've got ourselves a little mobile base of operation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
whatever we need to do. He's going to be there tomorrow, so he's going to be there overnight, and then it's the day of the fun. So
you've got
So Ben
this evening and tomorrow morning to get stuff ready for that. And then the following day would be Big Heist Day.
big day.
So Ben, in the absence of anything else, etiquette for tending bar?
Yeah. Perfectly acceptable for somewhere like that.
Cool. I'll be the barman.
Mm-hmm.
Ray.
Yep.
Bellboy. Toilet attendant.
I like bellboy. I'm going to get myself a little red tunic and some bellboy.
Little hat.
That'd mean nobody could be the toilet attendant then, because you couldn't have a lady in the gentleman's toilets. Think of the scandal.
Change of clothes. Change of clothes. If you don't manage it as the bellboy, off with the jacket. Change the jacket. Pop in the toilet. In fact, probably they're wearing the same colour uniform. To be fair.
Probably even the same chap, depending on what day it is.
Might be, yeah. So
Yeah.
if you don't get him in the lobby, slip into the toilet and become the attendant.
When you say
I'll
get
try
him
him at the bar.
It should be noted, I have no pickpocket skills. It's not really my métier. It's more the driving.
Forgive me, I kind of assumed.
What? What did you
forgive
assume?
me, I kind of assumed we all had. I kind of assumed we all had some basic experience, that kind of thing.
Wouldn't be online.
I've got some, basic experience there.
If your pockets are online, I can take stuff out of them, but not real ones.
No pressure, Dave.
I could probably knock him out.
That might give him
might arouse suspicion.
So what about if Ray keeps watch to see where he's going to go, and then you, Junior, like on standby on a radio or something to say what costume you need to change into and where you need to be?
Yep. Can you hook us up with earbuds so we're all on some kind of open network then?
Yeah, I will do.
Coordinate.
Yeah, I'm not even going to make you roll that because you've got the kit to make earbuds and you're very, very good at your tech, so you can knock up some earbuds very easily.
So, Ray, you're the bellboy and the toilet attendant. We'll wing it. Maybe you try and pick his pocket. Maybe you just do it there to distract him while I do it. I'm the barman. Tiana, glamorous bar
backup plan.
Or
He can probably
reception
stick a frock on and go and sit at the bar at roughly the same time as he'd be there.
Right, that's handy. I'm pretty sure between us, like, we can do a combination of distraction and pickpocketing. Get what we need off him, whip it down into the driveway, the car park, and whip it back up.
Get it to Sweet
Anyone able to teleport things?
Sweet.
Technically.
Yeah, you teleported onto that bloke's head.
So, I mean, could we...
Is that off correspondence?
Yeah.
How many do you need?
I haven't got matter as well.
Correspondence 3, or I think possibly correspondence 2, matter 2.
Yeah, correspondence 2 and matter 2 to actually teleport just the thing. Correspondence 3 is kind of tearing open a hole in space-time and pushing it through.
Yeah.
But you've got correspondence 3, so...
But isn't that myself? I can't do it with things, just me.
No, you make the hole in space.
Oh, okay, and then grab it.
Yeah. You're not...
Pass it back.
The correspondence 2 matter 2 version of the effect teleports the individual bits, the pattern of the item that you wish to transport. The correspondence 3 version is like a quick and dirty, open up a hole underneath it, it drops through.
Okay.
The other end of the hole. It's portaling.
Yeah. Like a full-on portal is 4, but a kind of quick grab portal is 3. It's a boink.
Yeah.
I had a rather unsavory backup plan.
Go on,
I attempt to pick his pocket. If it goes horribly wrong, then obviously he's going to think I'm not actually trying to pick his pocket. And if that plan then follows through, he'll be very distracted. Hence why it's a backup plan and not the main plan. Well, heading to his suite all alone with Zed Werebear is not on my list of things to do today, but if it's absolutely necessary, I could probably manage something.
That does give you the opportunity for Ray to be the defensive boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then I could knock him out. There we go.
I think I prefer that backup plan.
Plan B has improved.
Just to confirm in advance, Dex and Streetwise for pickpocketing?
Dex and Streetwise.
Well, maybe I'm not so bad at it after all this.
Yeah, I didn't think so somehow.
I was looking for sleight of hand.
Ah.
Okay. Hold my hand up to 5e.
So, what's your Dex and Streetwise dice, Paul?
That would be 8.
So you protested vigorously about how you're
the
not
best
a pickpocket
on the team.
I
That's double what I got.
You are.
You
the best.
pickpocket the right thing out of the pocket.
I mistook. I do apologise.
Right. So,
Oh, pickpocket!
Tiana, you and I are on
right.
distraction
Sorry.
as the barman and the hot barfly, respectively, and
Right.
Ray, you are on lifting duty. So
you tip the martini into his lap. Hottie here
or engage in conversation,
tries to
or
dry him off, and
Yeah.
I pickpocket him. There we go.
Yeah, any kind of combination like that. Excellent.
Well, Sweet Pea sits in the van in the basement, safe and sound. And
Sweet Pea, I don't know any correspondence. Is there something you can set up on Ray so that if you know where something's going to be when it's going to be there, so he can you can have a correspondence focus on his pocket or something. So when he puts it in his pocket and says over the earbud, "Go now," you can teleport it out.
And I know. Okay.
Can you do that?
You don't want to accidentally teleport his left butt cheek or anything horrible like that.
Is that within the scope of what you can do with correspondence?
As a technomancer, you'd have to do it that way.
Okay.
Because your magic tends to work on requiring devices. So what you're looking at is having like a pocket lining thing that you've made that's got sensors and blinky lights and stuff like that. And then when Ray pushes something into it, it will be teleported from there.
Then you make your fake, teleport it back.
Along with the accidental finger.
Ray gets it back into his finger.
I was
his
wondering
pocket.
about fingers. Yes.
Don't worry, she doesn't have life magic.
Right.
She could take a finger if she wanted
You can
to.
keep your fingers.
Is that a plan? And we've got a few changes of costume, and we'll wing it if we have to. I can set everyone up with mind effects that just for a period of time make people tend to see what they expect to see, but basically make you a bit unnoticeable. You'll just kind of blend in and be unmemorable.
Yep.
I like it. I like the sound of it. It's a heist.
A bit of blurring.
It's a warm up.
Are we still doing the employee with the?
So I think that's for the day. Oh no, we so part 2 is get into the building and put the BlackBerry Pi or whatever it is you're going to use in the server room. So for that, we've got the fake pass card plan. That it can basically be any time between now and then, can't it? Get into the building, look harried, look like an IT person, scam yourself into the server room, get in there, get out. What kind of support do you need for that?
I'm happy to do that part if need be. Assuming I'm not going to be meeting anyone who will also then be meeting the barfly.
You will probably need someone to be distracting security while you do that, so as to not have them walk in on you while you're doing it. But you want distracting security rather than punching security.
Oh, so not me then.
So I'm basically kind of walking in with a giant pile of papers and.
So Sweet Pea, do you need to be in the server room doing this, or Tiana, can you do it on Sweet Pea's behalf?
I think either of us.
What do you reckon? I think we could probably both do it, couldn't we?
Yeah.
I think Tiana's probably better off the one doing it because she can pass through the building to get there more easily.
Yeah, it might be fairly obvious.
Haven't you got pink hair or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pink hair.
Not exactly the kind of thing that flies in most investment firms.
Maybe send the ex-city girl.
Diversity hire.
Right, but you can be outside in your van, remoting in, so that the moment it's gone in, you can check and make sure the connection's good.
Yeah.
Tiana, you're going in. Ray, you and I are distracting.
All right.
Cool.
Didn't we have a pair of glasses that were basically the Google specs?
Someone does.
Someone's got a pair of special glasses, I'm sure.
Doctor Who?
I don't remember any special glasses.
No, Ray has a set of sunglasses that he wears for different occasions.
Yes, that might be what you're
that
thinking
might be what
of.
I'm thinking of. Could we get some kind of communication device going via a pair of glasses just so you can see what I'm seeing? Sweet Pea.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that one you will have to make.
I mean, it's
Or
not
go out and
essential,
buy.
but That might be handy.
She making it?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe
Oh
so.
yeah.
React to
If I
like
can
Sunnies as
remember
well,
what
by the look of it.
Yes, she's managed to rig you up. What was the second one for?
That was my role. Not the first one was the card reader.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course it was. So special sometimes. Right. So yes, she can give you a visual.
Right. Distraction move 1. We're going to do the delivery man. Do you know that route?
Nope.
No. Okay. Delivery man's great. I'll go in off the street. I'll corner the receptionist. I'll complain about I'm trying to get my van around the corner, but somebody else is parked there. Somebody needs to do something about this. Can I use your phone? Talk to the police. And I'm just going to be loud and obnoxious, put their back up immediately, but not get out of their face so they can't ignore me. You come in, arm load.
Can you just buzz me through? I left my pass on the 3rd floor again.
Arm load full of boxes, and you're like trying to get to the pass in your pocket. Then eventually you say, "Hey, buddy, can you help me out?" I'm still shouting at him. They just buzz you in.
Worth a go.
Oh, you've done this before, Junior.
Yeah.
That is why you were picked up.
So you shadow Tiana in and run interference for her. So she needs to try and find someone with a pass card that has access to those rooms. So she'll be heading towards the IT department. You're going to be going behind her, looking inconspicuous, looking like you're not walking with her. Then the moment somebody sort of seems suspicious and starts asking questions, you bump into them. I'm new here, trying to find my way to the 4th floor. Where are the toilets? Whatever. Then Tiana, you keep on your way. Sweet Pea, you're in the car. And as soon as Tiana gets into the server room and gets connected, you can bug in, confirm that the connection's good, and we can all bug out.
Okay.
Good plan?
Cool. That means we don't need to lift a card separately. We can do it in the building.
Had card lifting as a side solution here, but
maybe I could have the card reader on me, just so then I can lift it in case we need it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sound thinking.
Never gonna hurt. All right, I'm gonna get me suit on then. I'm gonna have to look like a city boy.
Pencil skirt, pink blouse.
You're the delivery man.
Oh, I'm the delivery man. Oh, all right.
Or I'm the delivery man and you're the city man. Yeah, you're the city man. Actually, you're going to be inside, aren't you?
Yeah.
Although you've had more experience, Junior. You know how to talk the talk and walk the walk.
We can swap it around though. I can be the city man and you can be the delivery man.
I think Ray would be quite good at getting in someone's face and being irritating.
I resemble that remark.
All right. Okay, so you're the delivery man. I'm the guy with the pile of boxes. Right, let's do this.
Am I not the girl with the pile of boxes? I'm confused now.
We both have piles of boxes.
Many boxes.
All the boxes.
I'm helping you with the boxes. Neither of us can get to our card.
Right, so which pre-heist heist are you going for now? I'm a little bit confused because you've made 2 plans simultaneous to one another.
We've got a
Horns of the Buffalo.
No, they're not simultaneous. This is this evening.
I am
we've
wearing
got
a card reader. We have piles of boxes and a distraction.
Is it too late?
Building now. Tomorrow morning, you're doing Ali Bayoglu.
Yeah.
Is Ali Bayoglu turning up tomorrow morning, is he?
Yes.
Yes. Late morning.
And it's evening.
Yes.
It's evening now.
Well,
do we want to try and get into the building in the evening?
It's not evening. It's after lunchtime.
After lunchtime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
brilliant.
Let's do it now.
No, wait, hang on. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Because it was late afternoon when you went to the building site and you've just come back from the building site. So, yes, it's evening.
Right. So we do Ali Bayoglu first and then we do the building heist.
Which means it's time for a curry and some sleep.
Nice.
Yeah. Because then we've still got another evening tomorrow.
What kind of curries would your characters order?
I've not really eaten this stuff. We normally just have meat.
Or you could do your meat on sticks. What about that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So there's a shashlik for Sweet Pea.
Dansak, probably.
Ray's got to be a Vindaloo man.
I suppose.
Or a
Let's go
biryani bloke.
Really big kebab.
Oh.
I'll have something which is sort of strong enough that no one will comment on it, but also not so strong that anyone comments on it.
That's a good point. If I'm going to be a barfly, I don't want to be smelling like curry.
That's true.
Might have fish and chips.
Yeah, I generally go for like a mild madras.
It's one of those interesting questions, isn't it? What would my character order?
If it weren't the night before a heist, it would be a Dansak.
So it's looking like it might be kebabs and fish and chips.
Kebabs. It is.
Mind you, we've all had that kebab that meant the next day we were out of business.
Well, hopefully not that one.
Constitution roll, no?
I like
my
to think
reputable.
that Ray knows the good kebab shop.
I think you'll find that the correct term there is actually a kebabatoire.
No, that's the one in Bermondsey. We're not going
All
back
right. So you have a little takeaway. You get a little bit of sleep. What time are you planning on reconvening? Is anybody staying the night in your base? Is there anything anybody wants to do between now and the next morning to get stuff set up? Anything you want to buy, do, get, make, set fire to?
We need outfits and we need to sort.
Need to sort the van.
Yeah. Have I still got Matey's van?
Yes.
So we need to kit out the back of that with whatever Sweet Pea needs.
Mm-hmm.
We need the uniforms for change clothes and a bit of rope, crowbar.
I want to see if there's a Facebook page for the people who work there, or a the kind of the in-house workplace equivalent.
There is not a Facebook page, but make an intelligence and computers roll, and we'll see if you can get into their work social.
There's stammer.
Right, there is an internal message group called CAH Social. It looks like their local is a pub called the Three Kings, which is just around the corner.
Oh.
I say pub, but it's one of those, this used to be a pub and then it was bought out by people with lots of money, and now it's ostensibly a pub, but you'll be paying £5 or £6 a pint.
Trendy wine bar.
I wouldn't go quite that far.
It's a trendy wine bar called the Three Kings.
Yeah. Where they also serve overpriced craft beers.
Yeah.
Been there.
Sounds like a borderline hipster joint.
The borderline hipsters.
Yep.
I can be a borderline hipster.
Is that when you only grow a little bit of a beard?
Maybe you need to drink more of the craft beer for that to happen.
Early stage hipsters.
Your skinny jeans are like business professional skinny jeans. I'd like to apologize to any hipsters watching.
I wouldn't. I don't want to.
No marketing. They're out crafting their own beers and making artisanal bread right now.
And hummus. Don't forget the hummus.
Don't forget the hummus.
And probably having a lovely time doing it and sharing it with all their neighbours who are also enjoying it.
Probably shouldn't complain about bread making since my flour didn't arrive in the shopping order today.
Oh no.
So we're relying on gluten-free, which is rubbish.
We found a website selling 16 kilogram sacks.
Yes.
I've got 16 kilograms of bread flour and 16 kilograms of plain flour.
Oh my God.
You're going to be set for the next 3 years.
No. A few months. But
at least then the shed will be built.
And to keep the flour in.
No, I meant from the bricks of the loaves.
Oh.
Speaking from experience, this is how I cook bread. If you can't beat someone to death with it, it's not bread.
Battle
I
buns.
made baguettes. They were nice, actually.
I fear when it
Yeah, they
comes to
looked
bread
good.
making, I might be a dwarf.
The stone of scone.
Yeah. All right. So you set the van up. You sort out your various shenanigans. And you go to your various places of residence and catch a couple of hours skip. What sort of time are you going to reconvene in the morning?
I'm just keeping at the lockup in one of the bunk beds with my rucksack.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going home because I want to
Cheaper than a hostel.
put the outfit on, make sure they fit.
I'm going to stay at the lockup. I'm going to tinker with the motor.
I'm going to pop home and get into barman appropriate clothes, which is basically this. So.
Have you got those little kind of wiry things to keep your sleeves back?
Oh yes, I definitely
That's a good
have
point. It's
one
a
of
Hilton bar.
Got to do it properly.
So you're probably
suspenders.
Would there be braces and a waistcoat?
Waistcoat, tie. You can't have braces and a waistcoat. That's a terrible, terrible life choice.
Oh no, please don't do that.
But yeah, you are looking waistcoat, tie, those little arm things.
We want to reconvene fairly early because we got to get on site.
Yeah,
Stage
I'd say as
1.
early as possible.
Yeah, back early, 7. I don't know.
Okay, so
Sounds
bright
good.
and early the next morning.
Morning, tea's up.
Ooh,
Somehow
lovely.
Ray
I'll have a
manages
coffee.
to be there putting the kettle on before everybody gets there, even though Sweet Pea slept the night.
Here's your iced tea.
Thank you.
Coffee?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you star.
So, yeah, you have your teas and coffees, packet of bourbons,
Bacon sarnie.
naturally. How does he do this? Where do the bacon sandwiches even come from?
I'm a wizard, Ray.
And then you're ready to go.
Yep.
So you drive across town to the Hilton. Ali Bey Ugly's plane is due in at 10:30. Reckon he'll probably be on site 11:30 at the hotel. He's likely to get whisked through customs quickly because he's got huge amounts of money.
Right, I'm going to start by putting. Who wants the mind fuzz charm? I guess Ray definitely. Tiana, do you want it?
What does that one do? Makes
So
you
basically,
appear
mind three
something
is
different.
effect, which creates not necessarily appear something different, which creates a mental impression in people around you to think of you as someone who should be here, who fits in, who is more or less who they're expecting to see. So they don't pay a lot of attention to you and hopefully don't remember what you look like afterwards.
Sounds good. I'm kind of hoping that by being somewhere I could be and doing a thing that I should be doing whilst in that place, it'll probably help. But if you don't mind, that would probably be helpful.
I could do with a little light fuzzing. I have a level of people not really noticing me, anywho.
Ray does have arcane, yeah.
A little
I have
more,
arcane too, but you can always.
a little more fuzz.
I have arcane as well, but in fact, I think I do have arcane too. Yes.
How do you do the fuzzing?
It's a mind effect.
Mind 3 creates a mental impression. In this case, the mental impression is everything is fine.
This person should be here.
So I'm going to try and affect the 3 of us at once, which is 2 successes. It's a level 3. So what do I want? 1 or 2 successes base?
You kind of need a success per person.
So 1 success base, 2 successes for the extra people. So
Yes.
3 successes total. I'm going to spend my remaining point of quintessence.
We have to find you a node at some point.
Ooh, and a point of willpower. And I would like to extend the roll, please.
Mm-hmm.
So first roll.
He is pulling out every possible stop.
He is, isn't he?
There are many people stood by on Twitch, ready with the rerolls.
I could be. I've got some more. I can throw them in.
And Pete has lifted the limit on how many groats you can spend.
So this is a mind 3 effect. It's
coincidental.
Roll number 1.
Hey!
few successes.
I'm
Sweet.
extending the effect and
Nice.
continuing on. The form this is taking is I'm using technocratic magic. So it's neurolinguistic programming. I'm basically standing in front of both of you and saying, no, chin up, right, head left.
Shoulders
this is the
back,
way you want to
sort your
speak,
type. No, you want
What
you're
I'll
not
speak.
facing this way, not that way.
Just come out. And I'm basically trying to create in you the body language we need to develop
Let's
this
take this
effect.
idea, raise it up here, put a pin in it. Love a bit of NLP. It is basically magic.
Ooh, hairy, but I did not botch.
You didn't?
Right, I'm going to continue, which means I think the difficulty goes up by 1.
Yeah.
But I've not yet used that point of quintessence suspend, so I'm now applying it to my difficulty.
Okay.
I forgot to earlier. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Hang on.
Everything's on fire.
No.
Look this way. Most interesting person in the room. Uh-oh.
Squeak it into one more turn.
I've not used my willpower yet.
Oh, so you have got enough successes then?
Yeah, unless I want to hold on to my willpower for averting a botch. Should I try again?
Up
Or
to
should I
you. You
just-
can either finish there with 3 successes from your willpower, or you can extend the roll one more turn.
I'm gonna leave it there.
Difficulty 8 at
Right.
that point.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
leave it there. There we go.
So you stretch the effect. It's trying to maintain 3 other people's body language inside your own head. It's giving you a little bit of a headache. Multitasking, never fun. And multitasking while other people multitask is like metatasking. So you stretch your mind to encompass theirs, wrap it around them and sort of nudge them in the right direction. And you hope that it'll hold. You think it will, but you wouldn't want to be in a situation where Ray was confronted by confrontation, for instance, when it might slip. But yeah, you think you've got it.
Right, anyone
We're
else
fine.
prepping?
So you're in the basement in the Hilton at the minute, and he's
Yes.
like telling you how to be.
All right. I need a magic pocket, apparently, Sweet Pea.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yes, Sweet Pea's magic telepocket.
What do I need to roll to make
Well, you're
You need to
sorting
roll
that out.
your
I'm going to go for a quick
irritate
comfort
magic
break. Back in a
Okay.
second.
Oh, good point.
Yep, it's Erite. 2 successes. Jolly good. So you've got a short range point-to-point teleport. Once there, once back. 2 successes will be sufficient.
Lovely.
So you mock up like a little pocket-sized device that's like a little sort of square envelope thing with circuitry and flashy lights and stuff around the. I don't know why the flashy lights, but it seems important.
Yeah,
Twinkly lights. Yes, very high tech.
LEDs on things.
Yeah, I'm going to put that in a pocket.
Did you see the glasses that I got for the Cyberpunk game, Claire?
No.
You're going to like these. These are proper remember the day territory.
Woohoo.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh
Yes, with the etching as well. That is
with
awesome.
the etch, and it's LED
Yes,
etching. It's not just
yes.
any old etching. It's
So
they're
cool.
amazing. I love those, and it makes me want to go clubbing.
It does give you just that little bit more lobot, though.
Just that, yeah, that's the problem. See, I want to go clubbing, but I'm a 43-year-old bold man and not 20-something goth I used to be.
It's dark in there. It'll be fine.
Yeah, doesn't stop me.
You're not a bold man.
No, but I am nearly 40.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
You're
6
18
months.
and you have been since 19.
Ridiculous. She's not 18. She was 19 when we met her.
Were you?
19? Oh, no, you were 18.
I think I was just 18, going
Just
on
18.
19.
Okay, yeah, you're still 18. Actually, I remember your 21st birthday. So you're 21.
Yeah, wow. I had a crisis. I thought turning 21 was bad. Jeez, I'm going to turn 40.
Yeah, newsflash, 21-year-olds. 40 is worse.
40 is better.
40's better
Yeah,
than 21.
40 is the new 21.
Although 21 ageless.
Yeah.
21 had a flat belly. Hell, 28 had a flat belly. 38 had a flat belly.
You hit 40 and suddenly it's just like, where'd that come from? What's going on?
Well, 38 only had one child and it was a baby. Eating was a temporary solution. Right. Okay. So we've got our crew sat in the basement of London Hilton, ready to go, ready to roll out. Mind effects on to sort of spookify everybody's well-being. Ooh, Alden's got spooky light. Ooh.
Really no. But
It's creating the mental impression everything's fine is actually quite easy because it's how most people want to be.
Yeah, people
Most
want
of the time.
things to be fine. So having things be fine is good. Everything's fine. We're fine here. How are you?
it is all fine.
Right. What's your next step? You're dressed up. You've got a place to go. Who's tracking Ali Bayoglu to check on arrivals? And are you going to get into place before he gets there or as he gets there?
I will do a quick check to see if his flight has arrived and whether he has gone through passport security or something.
Okay. Intelligence computers. Faster you type, the more information you get. Everybody knows that.
That's hacking for you.
Shall I keep an eye on that as well?
Not great.
Right. His flight has landed. That's about all you can find. Claire, if you want to check as well.
See if I can get into the CCTV footage or anything like
It's
that.
a horrible thing, other Claire, because who has primacy in Clairedom?
I think as long as you say it for both of us, it doesn't matter.
Right, he's cleared customs. He's in a taxi that will be arriving in about 15 minutes, according to traffic projections. Luckily, the taxi is GPS capable and is a pre-booked radio cab, so you know it's coming. So yes, you reckon he'll be here within 10 to 15 minutes.
Got 10 minutes then, guys.
All right.
Places, people.
So I'm going to wander into the bar. Is the barman on duty yet?
There is a barman on duty. Yep. He kind of looks at you, slightly confused. No, my background's rubbish. It has got him though. The mage. He's my favourite. So yes, the barman looks at you slightly confusedly. He's like, it's not lunchtime rush yet. You shouldn't be coming on until 1.
Just wanted to see if you needed a break.
Sure.
Everything's normal here. Everything's cool. Everything's fine.
I've got to admit, I've never met a hotel barman who, if you turned up dressed to do the job and said, "Do you want a break?" wouldn't know. Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I would love one.
Okay, I'll be.
I offer him a cigarette.
Oh, mate. All right, I'll be back in.
Take half an hour, mate.
Oh, you legend.
I'm opening up the saloon at 12.
I've been on my feet since 6.
Oh,
and it was all. Oh, you know what they're like in the morning. Sorry, sir, I can't serve you. Oh, but I want a boot.
Yeah. And the ones that flash all the cash. And it's like,
18
law,
Bloody
mate.
Marys.
Yeah.
All right, cheers, man.
She'll slip into the bar in my suitable attire.
There are currently 2 people in the bar. There is a lady of advanced years in a sort of powder blue dress with pearls on around her neck, not on the dress. And she's drinking a sherry. She's leaning quite heavily on the bar to drink her sherry. You suspect this may not be her first of the day, nor her last. And there is a businessman over in one corner reading a newspaper.
Okay.
And then Tiana walks in.
She have some James Bond music. Okay, with her.
Oh, hang on, wrong song.
Yeah, I popped some glasses from the dishwasher back behind the bar, wipe the bar top,
Oh, hot tip from me. Don't pass out and accidentally kneel in a whole tray full of hot glasses.
Ooh, good tip.
You only do it once.
I'll wait you up.
So you don't do that. Instead, you put the glasses away and...
Good morning, madam.
I shall appear at the bar.
Good morning, madam. Can I get you anything?
Oh, I could murder a mocker.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll turn around.
Ray is gonna...
Getting a lot of interference through these earbuds.
What's happening? So I get me shooter. What's going on?
I'm not saying that more than one of us might have had a job that involved making coffee in the past, but...
Oh, did I say it needs to be a decaf soya mocha? Sorry.
Oh, yes, of course. Any syrup?
Gingerbread?
Yes, of course.
Ooh, awkward.
And the dairy-free chocolate.
Oh, welcome to my world of ordering.
Yeah, I'll slide the cup to you with your receipt on a little silver tray, and I'll go check in on my other two customers, see if their cups or glasses need collecting and or refilling.
Grandma needs another sherry.
Of course, ma'am.
And she puts her hand on your arm. She's got strong grip for a lady of her age.
Sunny.
But the promise of more sherry is enough to make her let go.
Can I do a quick peek
vial.
into the Umbra
She might not
about
be
now?
normal.
Yes, you can.
See who's there and what's going on. Difficulty.
6s. Splendid news. This is an interesting little umbral spot because it is utterly riddled with pattern spiders. Everything here is thoroughly governed by tradition and protocol on what must be and what should be. Everything moves in its ordained place, in its ordained lanes. Nothing steps out of line. But then every so often you catch this little blob of corruption, all tightly held in place, like they've been there for a long time, wrapped up in pattern webs, completely controlled and governed. But there are definitely elements there that make you feel a bit suspicious as to the nature of some of their clientele. But there's nothing new and threatening. Are you leaving that on?
Yeah.
Okay, Ray, where are you going?
I'm going to make my way going to get me bellhop outfit on and make my way to the lobby, please.
Okay, so you head up into the lobby just as Sweet Pea informs you over the earbuds that his taxi has arrived. Tiana gets a sense of sort of corruption just sort of blast through the door. There are 4 guys with Hassam Ali Bayoglu, and all 5 of them have got that same umbral presence that you've encountered before. Every single one of them is only part man. They're also part spirit. In the real world, Ray can see that there's this enormously overweight Turkish gentleman in a very expensive business suit. He's got a red tie with a paisley pattern on it, a dark blue pinstripe suit with a white shirt.
Paisley and pinstripe.
I know. Accompanying him are 4 heavy-set gentlemen, not quite as big as the guys you saw in the basement. They'd be too obvious. But there are 4 clearly muscle-bound individuals, one of whom is carrying a small overnight rolling case, one of whom is carrying a small plastic briefcase, which is handcuffed to his wrists.
Ooh, that's interesting.
It's probably only about that big. Oh, that's my head size again, isn't it?
Yeah. How many Ben heads is it?
The case is probably about 2 Ben heads facing that way.
Okay.
No, it's about.
Thank you.
It's about a foot high by 1.5 feet long by about 10 inches wide.
That is going to be a little bit difficult to steal.
And is handcuffed to one of his men.
Well, that I can deal with, but okay, this is going to be interesting.
Make an intelligence.
Oh God, really? Really not very strong point.
Technology roll.
Oh, thanks. Sorry. I spent some money on them. If Twitch could be on standby, that would be nice.
Okay.
What?
That's a success. You know what? If you had to hazard a guess,
yes,
the thing that you want is probably in that case.
In that case, yes. I even without figuring out, it was probably in
It's
there.
the kind of case that you keep expensive bits of technology sealed up in.
Yeah,
the USB stick that you can't afford to go missing.
Yes,
it was going to be in there. All right. I'm gonna.
So he walks into the bar, into the hotel with his 4 henchmen, and they go up to. One of them goes up to reception while he sort of stands in the lobby looking around.
I'm going to keep my eye on the one with the briefcase.
Right, the one with the briefcase is keeping an eye on everything that's going on around him. He's got one hand covering the handcuff band on the other arm.
Mm-hmm.
He's done this before.
Yeah, almost to make it look like he's not got it cuffed to him, but it's really obvious.
Cute.
They've all got bulky Bluetooth headsets and are sort of looking around them. The other 2 guards kind of take positions further into the room.
Can I feed that information to Sweet Pea?
Yes.
Just through the headset. He's got some friends, so this might be a little bit more tricky, but they're all wired for sound. I don't know if we might be able to use that as a distraction, if need be.
I like
What
it.
way are they?
White noise, feedback,
Okay.
that squealy thing that happens when you put a speaker in front of another speaker and then just...
Mm-hmm.
You know,
if it comes to it, but not immediately.
If you can hack into whatever band they're on, we could send a hypnagogic signal through there using mind science. Or we could just make a loud noise.
Or the clever thing that Junior said. Yeah.
Ray, you've got a bit of matter, haven't you?
Yeah.
Any chance you can really subtly, if the man of the case is suitably distracted for long enough, come in behind him, make a hole in the case, get the thing out, and get away, so that he doesn't feel the case move, the cuffs don't come off, nothing changes. You just get the thing out of the case. It's blatant.
I like it. I'm game.
Are you anywhere near the bar? Distraction.
You're all near the bar.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Reception is just outside the bar. While one of the guys is checking in for him, Ali Bayoglu does seem to be heading towards the bar. Going with him are briefcase guy and the other 2 security guards. So they're heading towards the bar. So now might be a good time to go if you wanted to do something.
Yeah, right. So noisy distraction.
Go with the squeal.
Okay. Go with the squeal.
I think this is going to be magic rather than just plain technology, because hacking the band on a Bluetooth headset, while it's magic, isn't it? Let's be honest. But it's techno magic. So it's an Arete roll rather than an intelligence computers roll.
Let's keep this squeal in the bag because that'll make it obvious something's going on. Tiana,
Just make intermittent, like clicking noises or something, just so slight interference.
Well, I'm wondering, Tiana, can you start a loud fight with the old lady with the sherry?
I'll say
fight, probably not. Altercation, maybe?
That's what I mean, an argument, a noisy argument shouting at the top of your lungs.
Whoops, I appear to have spilt my latte into her lap.
He shouts as the hot liquid splashes on her powder blue dress that costs more than...
More than I earn in a year.
I was going to say more than you earn in a year, but you were in banking.
Yeah. Oh my dear, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Let me get you another drink. I'm so sorry.
Only you could turn an altercation into an apology.
I know.
But I did just chuck my coffee in her lap.
I'm like, no, don't be nice. Be rude to her. What are you doing?
Ask for your coffee back.
At least one of the guards is slightly distracted by the noise.
It can be loud and
right. So I'm going to step in now and very, very loudly go, I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry about all of this. Please, no, sit down. I'll get that sorted out. Madam, please, you go back over there. If you could keep shouting and or make...
I shall sort of start ranting about dry cleaning bills and I should be aggressively nice at her. Probably quite loud because I don't know if she's deaf or not.
Okay, Claire, you've managed to hack into this guy's Bluetooth headset. It doesn't have to be squealy noise or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You could put anything into his headset now because you've basically correspondence teched something into his headset. So any kind of distraction that you wanted to throw down there, you could.
Menacing whispers.
Menacing whispers.
Careless whispers.
I suppose crackly noise.
Just crackling, yeah, interference, I think. Just
yeah,
like
and he'll be like pulling it out of his ear when so he pulls it out of his ear because of the crackly, annoying sounds.
They're still loudly shouting / apologising.
So he's let go of his hand. Yes, there's loud shouting and apologising. He's let go of the other hand, and he's trying to one-handedly manipulate this Bluetooth device. Right, make a Dex and Streetwise roll, Alden.
Oh.
Auden.
God.
Sorry, I get your name wrong. I really shouldn't. I'm good with names.
Aldoon is
Aldoon.
Good. I like that one. That's
Aldoon, lad.
Difficulty 7, 6. What we got?
6s.
6s. Oh, come on, roll 20. Be nice to me.
It was indeed nice to you. Now make an arete roll to stretch that sleight of hand roll even further into the box.
Oh, now this is where it goes horrible.
So it's matter 2. So you are looking at vulgar with witnesses.
He's not looking.
No witnesses. No one's looking.
Distracted.
Oh, that's a fair point. All right, we'll call it vulgar without witnesses.
That is, as it were, the point.
Yeah.
All right. So yes, difficulty is 6 on your arete roll.
Okay,
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm thinking witnesses are present, not witnesses are looking.
Yeah. Different kind of witness. Okie dokie. I don't want to look.
Way,
Oh yes.
Look at that.
Thank you. Roll 20.
The plastic and foam material flows like water around your hand. You feel your hand pass right through it. It's a solid, but the laws of solids, liquids, and gases are mutable to people like you.
Yeah, I'm always.
Your hand closes around a little technology box-like thing inside, pulls it back out through.
Drop it in my pocket.
Drops it in your pocket. Potter, the portal device that you've got on the desk next to you opens up, and a little crypto key that looks like a big, fat, chunky USB drive.
Woohoo! I grab it and swivel round on my little stool to the metal desk I've set up in the back of the van and start typing furiously with my little doodah thingy.
It's a technical term used by the virtual guards.
Yes. And I assume I'm using some kind of magic rather than computers to try and copy it.
It's a little bit of both.
Technomagic.
Okay.
Ray's got a little heist tune going in his head now. Starting to feel the buzz. Starting to feel the buzz. Oh yeah. Right.
So I'm going to use entropy, I suppose, to try and look for the patterns on the key and try and replicate them in my other key that I have next to it.
So, Sweet Pea, you are going to be making... Hang on a sec. Let me just look for the roll that I want you to make. It's a Dex and Technology roll for the craftsmanship. Oh, no, it's Dex and Crafts. What am I saying? Dex and Crafts for the crafting of the shell, and then an Arete roll for the programming.
Okay.
And this was the heistiest music I could find, Alden. So it's right up your street. It's called Car Chase.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
You did roll 3d1.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Oh.
Thank God for that. I was like, what?
Just say
That was a worry for a minute there.
Not much better.
Oh.
It's not much better, but you are...
Nice spend a point of willpower.
Look, that's actually a success.
Yeah.
You've got 2 5s. So you managed to sort of copy the beginning bit of the programming across. So you definitely haven't got all of the programming, but you reckon you've got a couple of minutes of the crypto programming transferred across. Maybe not as much as Junior would have liked, but you think that they've got 2, maybe 3 minutes of it working.
Okay. Right, I will send it back.
So you're sending the fake stick back?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Yeah, make sure you send the right one, because it's just embarrassing then. We've got to steal it again. Oh no. Been there. That was a terrible, terrible heist, that one.
Right,
Anyway,
now you've got to unsteal it, Alden.
yeah, this is where Roll20 kicks me in the teeth.
Worry not, Twitch is standing by.
Well,
I'm
with,
so
with your
pleased.
3 successes earlier, does that like allow you to extend the effect long enough that you can slip it
Yes,
back
I
in?
suppose you don't need to do the Arete roll again,
Hey, go on.
but you will just need to do the Dex and Streetwise for the nicking. Because for you right now, physics is optional when it comes to chemistry.
Okie dokie. I will accept that. Alright, so I will just be sneaky, hopefully. Da, 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 da. Ding.
Yeah. You pop it back in and you tap the guy on his opposite shoulder and say, "Can I take your bags for you?" Which means he's paying attention up here and not down here.
Hello, mate.
It's difficult being a physical communicator.
I'm
Helicopter lawyer.
I'm here for your luggage.
No, it's not necessary. Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes. Only one small bag is okay.
But it's my job.
No. It's okay. Please step away.
I'm coming over going, I'm terribly sorry about that altercation, so please take a seat. Can I get you and your colleagues a drink on the house?
Yes. I will have what is Long Island iced tea. Yes.
Yes, of course.
And water for these men.
No coffee or?
Yes, they can have coffee, of course. Coffee.
We have Turkish.
Ah, excellent. Yes, Turkish coffee will be very good.
I'll get out the small cups. I'll go and whip up everyone's drinks.
See, that's actually really distracting itself, isn't it?
Who needs earbud interference? We've got a coffee machine.
Just do that right next to them.
So they have their coffees. He drinks his Long Island iced tea. He picked that because it was the most expensive thing.
Is the other chap still in the lobby? Is he still checking in?
No, check-in matey has come in and joined these guys in the bar.
I will be back out in the lobby then.
Ali
Can I get another
waves you
latte and
back
another
over.
sherry?
Some food. What bar food do you have?
What that
Waiter,
was.
waiter,
Yes, sir.
bar food.
Oh, yes.
Well, what food do you have?
I'll sort of hand out a couple of lovely embossed things in little leather folders. And here are the menus of the day, sir.
I will have one Moroccan platter.
Oh, of course.
Charge it to my room. 214.
Right. I'll go back and try and figure out what I do.
just there at the till, just tapping
into the till.
things.
No
You could literally at this stage just walk out.
Yeah.
Then on the radio, I'm like, are we clear? Are we?
Yeah,
We're done.
Good out here.
Right. Everyone extricate yourself. Don't to draw any attention, so I'm going to stay here until the barman comes back off his break. So, I'll see you back at the lookup.
Only about 10 minutes later when the barman comes back off his break. So you could probably meet the others down in the car park if you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet
I feel
pea.
bad about chucking coffee over the dowager. I may have to leave her with a check for dry cleaning.
It's fine.
So I don't think we're going to have as long as we hoped in the actual building. No, I couldn't get it all copied across. So it's probably going to be a lot less time before they realise something's up.
How much
so I need
less?
some more distraction. Well, maybe like a couple of minutes rather than 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 2 minutes.
Okay.
We can work with that, though, right?
Yeah.
Just got to be quick.
Technically, 7 minutes is what. But you take away 5 minutes, then you've got 2 minutes. So maths, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Well, we've got something. We've got the real key.
You've got the crypto key. You are a chunk of the way further into your heist than you were.
So next stop, go to the building and break into the server room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pick up our pile of parcels.
I need to find.
Before we go on too
be
far,
nice.
did I see anything in the spirit world when the guys walked in?
Oh,
Yes.
Because I still had that on.
Yeah, I said they were all those spirit human hybrids, and
What
there
about
was a
him,
wave
though?
of darkness that they all. There was a wave of darkness that preceded them. In fact, in the Umbra, what you could see was that he occupies a lot more space than a normal man does. His physical body is grossly large, but that's partly to accommodate the fact that there is even more of him in the spirit world. His bodyguards were very much like the two chaps that you faced in the basement of the mansion, but he himself is on an altogether slightly different level.
It was just him I hadn't seen.
There is more of him in the spirit world. He's almost like an ogre from a fairy tale. He spreads out a lot.
Like Shrek.
No, not like Shrek.
right.
So, Junior, boxes?
Yes, boxes.
Suit for me.
Back to the lockup.
Oh no, I'm being the arsey one, aren't I?
Did we acquire boxes? I can't remember if that was part of our.
We can get boxes. Yes.
Can't be
Yeah,
difficult
It-
to acquire
it's
those
boxes.
boxes from somewhere.
Boxes in the back.
Go to the post office and buy a bunch. Right.
You want the moving boxes, really, don't you? The kind of desk move boxes.
Well, you don't want to go too large
Oh,
because
oh.
then it's comically. So a moving box, maybe.
Hmm.
I
Anything
One of
beyond
those and
that-
a couple of papers on top.
was thinking like DHL parcels with all
Mm.
the branding on. Like one of those sort of big ones that's the size of like a large shoebox or a big bread bin or something.
Yeah, you want to go something sort
and
of
then you put
fat
2 or 3.
scale, almost like the ones,
Yeah.
the boxes that they use in American sitcoms when someone inevitably gets fired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A file box. You want a file box. You don't want anything bigger than that. Anything
Yeah.
bigger than that, once you
That was
start
exactly
getting
what I
into
was thinking.
storage boxes, then they have people to do that. So yeah, like an I've been fired box with
Well, the reason I was
precariously
thinking,
balanced succulent and photograph.
the reason I was thinking DHL boxes is like there could be like something we've just had delivered and we're like taking them up to the office for a project or something. So not quite big enough to need like the stores and facilities people, right?
All right, with you. Yeah, no, makes total sense. Yeah. All right, so change your clothes.
Yep.
Breaking in as a bellhop might look bad.
Yeah. I'm not breaking in. I'm being an RC distraction. Apparently.
You are. So you whip on your RC distraction uniform.
Yep.
Brown
city
coveralls.
suits.
You and Tiana dress in city suits. Sweet Pea sits in the
van.
Staying in the van.
Anytime you want to go in the field, let me know. I'm kind of basing it around what people are saying about what they want to do. So
No, I'm good in here. It's comfy. Got my sweet tea.
Right.
So, yes, Caton holding an investment. You pull up outside in the van, blocking the front entrance. So taxis can't park there.
All right, we're not in the van. He dropped us off a block before and we're walking around the corner.
Okay, so you and Tiana walk around the corner and then he sort of follows you. Are you following them around or are you going in
No, we need Ray to go in
I'm
first.
going to go first.
So Ray pulls out round
start
you.
being an arsehole and we need to come in basically mid-arsehole.
Right, Ray. Block the front entrance. Commence arseholery.
Oh, there we have the episode title. Coming in mid-arsehole. Right. All right, hello. Who's in charge of this lot then? Who does your
There's a reception
deliveries?
desk right there, and a girl stands up and sort of beckons you over quite.
What?
Come here.
Yes.
What's the problem? What's the matter?
I can't park my van where I want to park my van.
Parking your van is. No, sorry, sir. How can
Why are we whispering?
We're whispering because we don't need to disturb the other participants who are coming in for meetings. Thank you very much.
What are you talking about? There is nobody here except you and me.
To be, there are about a dozen people in the lobby, sir.
Are
You
there?
may be ignoring them.
Oh, well, they look not important.
But
So,
what seems to be the nature of your problem?
well, you see that van out there? You see that?
Can't help but see that van. It should really be in the loading bay.
Well,
which
I
is
can't get in the loading bay because there's someone else.
right around the corner and then a further right just down.
Me and Tiana come in about now. So we'll get these boxes in now and then we'll come back for the other lot later, all right?
I can't believe they sent us so much filing. Why can't they do it online like normal people?
Oh, hang on, pass. Can you get to your pass?
But haven't you got yours?
Oh, hang on. It's
Where's
in my,
can you?
it's in my pocket.
Convey flustredness.
Don't tell me you've left it behind again. I can't get to mine. It's far. It's round the wrong side.
I'm sorry, Miss. Can you just buzz us in? I'm really sorry. I know.
The door opens.
Thanks, darling.
Sorry, is this not the Shell building?
Well, Shell isn't even on the street.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I've got the wrong building. That is just such a mistake.
Do you have anything for Caton Holding and Investments? Because
I
the last thing we need is you coming back.
I'll go and look in the van, all right?
Have you not got one of those little handheld things?
A what? A clipboard.
A clipboard?
Yeah.
Do you not have
hold
like
that
a tablet
in your
or
hand.
a pad or something?
A satellite? Do I have a satellite? Do I look like someone who has a satellite?
No, you don't.
Well, there we go then. That's a silly question, isn't it?
Have you got a list of anything that could?
Might be. I'll have a look in the van. All right. It's my mistake. I'm really sorry. It's just awkward, isn't it? I'll look in the van. All right. Yeah. You do anything
to the van, by the way, Dave?
Did I do anything to the van?
Yeah.
What, the mind effect?
Yeah.
Nope, I didn't say I was doing so.
Splendid.
It's fairly nondescript.
That means when you get out to the van, you find it's actually been booted.
Stolen.
And there's a penalty. No, booted. As in, it's got a clamp on it. And there's a penalty notice stuck to the window.
Oh, lovely.
Right. Am I in the back of this van?
You are in the back of the van.
Reclamp, Sweet Pea.
Meanwhile, Tiana and Junior, you've made it past the security gate and to the lifts.
Yeah, we'll go to the first broom closet we can get to and drop the boxes in there. Pull out a piece of paper each and walk around looking flustered.
Okay, are you going together or are you splitting up?
Splitting up, I'm going to walk a reasonable distance behind Tiana.
Okay, Tiana, where are you headed?
I'm headed to... How high is this building?
4 stories.
Okay. I'm going to get the stairs to the 3rd floor.
Okay.
And I'm going to be listening and feeling for anywhere that sounds like a server room or feels like a server room, because they're going to be noisy and they're going to be cold.
You don't have a pass yet.
I would...
So perhaps we need to get
so I'm going to be bimbling through the office, looking utterly bewildered, trying to find meeting room 4, because no one ever tells me where these things are, and I haven't started last week.
Okay, can you make a manipulation and subterfuge roll?
No, probably not. Let's have a look.
Give it a go.
Yay!
Hey, maybe.
Meeting room 4. We don't number our meeting rooms. Somebody's pulling your leg, love.
Oh, it's because I started last week, isn't it? Dave is such a rotter.
Apple, pear, peach, maybe passion fruit. Passion fruit is down the corridor. There's an IT office. You go 2 rooms down from the IT office, and you should be there.
Okay.
And between you and me, I think 1, 2, 3, and 4 would have been better than fruits, but that's
I like fruit, but it's going to make me hungry every time I go for a meeting, isn't it?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dave, as you are heading down the corridor, you see a couple of security guards heading towards you in the opposite direction. One of them is on a headset.
I fetched my phone out and I can't believe it. And start typing in reply to something.
Okay, so you lose sight of Tiana, but Tiana, you find your way to the IT office that you were directed past.
Wonderful.
It's shut, and there's a swipe card for the door.
I shall knock on the door.
There's a loud sigh from inside. Just call it like I see it, people. and the door opens, and inside there's a sort of youngish gentleman with an enormous beard, wearing a shirt and tie. You suspect his top button's probably not done up, but the beard hides that fact. Yeah.
Full hipster.
Yes. How can I? Oh, he realizes how attractive you are and sort of straightens up slightly.
Is he in the process of slipping his pass card back in his pocket as he speaks?
No, because he's opened it from the inside.
Oh, use the green button. Right.
Hi. Welcome to IT.
Hi there.
How can I help you?
I was told to come this way because you had an intern booked just for a couple of weeks.
The intern.
Please tell me I'm in the right place.
Start for another couple of weeks. Are you going to try and nick his pass?
Or just clone it.
Where is it?
It's like hanging off of his shirt button, his shirt even, on one of the little clippy things.
Maybe try and brush past him to stick your stuff on the desk or something.
That's going to distract him. Poor little nerd.
Hanging off the front of his shirt. And I'm not going to be able to just lift it.
Well, you could. I mean, it depends how good you are. It'd be...
I'm so glad I've got here because it took me absolutely forever. I'm so sorry I'm late. It took me ages and ages to find you because no one seemed to know where it was. Obviously, I mean, I've been in the IT offices before and you're not supposed to be able to find them. But
yeah, it's not
I'm
really
desperate for a wee and no one's given me a pass yet. Can you help me out? I've got to leave my bag here if that's all right.
Yeah. You won't need a pass.
I'll just be like 2 seconds.
You won't need a pass to go to the ladies. It's just over there. Help yourself.
Oh, you're a star. I shall randomly hug him on the side that's got the card swiper on it.
Okay, Dex and Streetwise.
This is not going to go well. I'm probably going to headbutt him.
That's right, viewers. I made her roll to hug.
You did. Hugging roll. Oh, yes.
Yoink. You hug
Nice.
him
No
and
hug.
yoink his pass in the process.
Shouldn't need to actually yoink it though, because there's the card reader in just the right place.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Yep.
So you scan his card in the card reader.
Lovely, lovely.
Be back in
and-
2 seconds, and then you can tell me what he's doing.
Yeah, sure. Happy to help. And he
I shall.
closes the door again.
Marvelous.
Right. Have the security types walked past me?
No, they are sort of standing around near where you are still.
Oh, okay.
Awkward.
I kind of smile and nod at them and keep walking, slipping my phone back in my pocket.
Okay.
Can I send the information on the card reader to Sweet Pea to clone?
You don't need to. The reader is also a cloner.
It's okay, cool.
That's how she made it.
That good.
Oh, she's a star.
Oh,
So it just transfers the information to a preloaded card that's already in there, and you've got an IT pass card.
And they go everywhere because
Mhm.
everyone else goes everywhere.
yeah.
They have to go and repair other people's cock-ups.
But most especially, they go to server rooms.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes, they do.
Now I've just got to find the server room.
Your original idea was correct. Going up to the top floor of the building, not the very top floor, but the third floor was a sound decision. Fourth floor, executives. Third floor is indeed the server room. Plain white, featureless wall. None of this glass office door nonsense. There's a white wooden security door with a small window in it with loads of servers inside. You can hear it
Mm-hmm.
before you can even see it, really. There's this sort of constant me.
And it's probably really hot and really dry just outside the door.
Just outside, it's hot and dry, yeah.
In we go. Let's hope he's got the right level.
And you swipe it, and you're in. You are in the server room.
Sweet.
I'm going to close the door just most of the way, but kind of just wedge it open just in case.
Make an intelligence, and is bureaucracy a thing anymore? Roll.
No.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Don't learn. So this is the thing. I memorized the second
Politics.
edition. Politics, not so much. I think technology is more appropriate.
So intelligence technology?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I appear to smack myself in the face with it.
The alarm starts going off because the door's open for too long.
Oops.
And swipe again.
Okay, what are you going to do about the door?
Go out through it, swipe in, and close it
From the outside or from the inside?
from the inside.
Okay, so you go in, you close the door.
Yeah.
Jolly good. Right, you figure that might have limited your time. So you might want to identify the right server and get there soon as. Claire, I'm loving the background.
Nice. Cool.
Nice.
I got me a tech van.
Yay.
Aldun's there like, I got me a van. You're like, yeah.
This is the inside.
Yeah,
I'm
good
comfy.
winning.
Right.
I'm going to try and deal with this clamp at the same time. So
Potter,
Yeah.
make an
what's going
intelligence and computers roll to identify the right server.
Okay.
I'm trying not to smack yourself in the face with it this time like I did.
She's
Stop
looking
it.
for J17.
Can I direct her to J17 as well?
I shall look for J17.
Right, J17 is quite a way away from the door. It's furthest servers away. There are one or two others beyond it, but they're starting to look like empty boxes there, like they need to have servers put in for them. But you find server J17.
Cool.
It's got a pull-out, fold-up screen and a retractable keyboard. There are about 8 servers inside the box. Dave has just teleported into a corridor and vanished.
It's gone into the Umbra
Invisibility.
now.
That was quality.
Bam.
Okay. Let's have a quick check over
See
it
if
for
I can
any,
do a green backdrop.
any bugs.
Go on then. Intelligence et computer.
Ordinateur, s'il vous plaît.
Ordinateur. Of course, they went through that whole phase when the French
It's a bit
went,
better.
we've got to stop using these English words.
Woohoo. So yeah, if you can give me the number that comes up on the screen, then I can type it in here and we can get connected.
So, yes, you've found J17, you've logged into the server, you've bypassed their security, and you are ready to affix device.
All right, ready.
A mobile phone will do the trick. So that's a Dex and Technology roll from you and an Intelligence and Computer roll from Potter to hybridize the two.
Terrifying, David. Terrifying.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Oh!
You rip the back out of an old mobile phone and run
there will be
of
some in the server room.
wires. Well, no, this is a phone that you've taken in to do it with. So you take the back off the phone, run some of the wires from the server. Oh, Dave, you're like Mr. Static right now.
Hang on.
Loving it.
It was a good effort. It was a noble idea.
Yeah, I need a
Green
a
backdrop.
green background.
I've been looking for them myself on eBay. And
Hanging a towel in the kitchen didn't quite do the job.
right, so Claire D, you hook up mobile phone. Sweet Pea, you start pinging signals to and from it. You reckon you've hacked the server, but the beauty of it is you've hacked the server through a remote device. So the mobile phone you can tuck behind the server. It will continue to interfere with the signal. The signal will run through it as normal, but you can intercept as and when you like remotely through the device that you've got.
Woohoo.
However,
Hello.
at that point, you hear a click and a hiss, and there's a fire alarm noise that goes off, and the halide fire suppression system kicks in and starts pumping fire suppression gas into the server room. Dave,
Right.
2 security guards start to bear down on you, and they are very definitely fixated on you and looking right at you. They're coming for you.
How you doing, fellas?
Right. What do we want to do? Dun, dun, dun.
Can we sort this clamp out?
Yeah.
No.
I want to be able to move the van.
I just want to leave the room right now. That'd be
Right.
lovely.
Alden, if you want to declamp, Dex Technology, or possibly Dex Streetwise.
I was going to say streetwise.
Dex
Right,
Streetwise difficulty 7.
Pick the blasted thing.
Potter,
Yeah.
Intelligence and Computers to make the ticket go away.
Just
The log that it was clamped.
forget us off the system.
Yeah. And I'll roll my sleeves up, get out the van.
Right, you're off
Have
the
fun then.
system. You managed to pop the clamp.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I'm going to put it in the back of the van. You never know when those things come in handy.
I know, right? Meanwhile, in the server room,
Oh, nice.
hissing gases coming from the ceiling. The thing about halide fire suppression is that it's colorless, almost odorless, invisible gas.
And has
But
no
it-
oxygen in.
Chokes out the
No.
oxygen, and you're locked in the server room because you closed the door behind you. So what are you going to do?
Open the door.
Fire suppression system has overridden the door safeties. You can't open the door.
Can I try and hack
I
into the
would like-
local fire service and try and tell them there's no fire?
You
to
can do
turn
that.
stuff off?
While she's doing that, I'm going to appeal very, very much to the spirit in the lock.
Ah.
The keypad.
So, Potter, you're going to cancel the fire alarm with the local fire service.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they've got like remote building control where they'll also turn off their systems or something.
And Claire D, you're going to try and sweet talk the spirit of the lock into letting you out.
Pretty much.
There is more than one way to hack a security lock. Okay, make your respective roles. Potter, Intelligence Computers, and Claire D, Erite.
Difficulty 6.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
Right. You managed to suppress the signal going out to the fire service. It doesn't have a feedback loop that leads back in. But, Tiana, you speak to the spirit of the lock. It's a very simple pattern spider-like spirit. And it's like, but I can't
She'll
open,
give it a
there's a
pretty
fire
pattern.
alarm. I can't open, there's a fire alarm. But there's a person inside and there shouldn't be a person inside. Exception
pattern.
error. Exception error. Person inside, fire inside. Person inside, fire inside.
Person not
Parameters?
toast. Person not toast, please. Exit.
Person safety accept. 3-second override. 3, 2.
Gone.
Well done. That was tight. Right, Dave, those 2 security guards are bearing down on you. What are you going to do?
Hey, fellas, what's up?
Excuse me, sir. Have you seen a woman come through this way? We understand there's a young lady who's managed to bypass security and make her way into the building. We've got on camera with you following her. I just wondered if you'd seen which way she was going.
I wasn't following anyone. I may have been walking down the corridor behind her. What'd she look like?
Business woman. Hair kind of
On her head.
brown blondish.
Oh, yeah, I think I remembered her.
Shirt and skirt.
What would you say she is, a 7?
I don't really know. Well,
Can't ask things like that anymore.
have you seen anyone doing anything suspicious or dodgy?
Well, I've seen a couple of security guards accosting a man in the hall.
Oh, hang on. So there's a fire alarm. We're going to need to evacuate, and then the fire alarm goes beep, beep, beep,
Right, yeah.
Run.
You first.
And they start evacuating the
Calmly.
building. All of the security personnel are ushering everyone out of the building. All the security gates open up.
Stroll calmly out the building. On the earbud. Tiana, you okay?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Please
leaving.
make your way to the fire area so that everybody can be registered. Please make your way to the fire registration zone so that everybody can be registered.
Right.
The security guards.
Are you safe? Are you getting out?
Yes.
We're around the corner.
Right. Ray, Sweet Pea, you guys are clear?
Yeah, we're good.
good.
We're just
All
around
right,
the corner if you need us.
I'm going to be clear in about 30 seconds. I'm on the ground floor now. Have we got the target? Are we connected to the server?
I believe so. Sweet pea.
All right.
Yeah, we are.
Right, move your van back. There was a
Yep.
Starbucks around the corner, about 5 minutes away. I'll see you there. Mine's a flat white, please.
All right. Tiana, what do you want? Well, I'm taking
Not decaf. Anything except decaf.
triple espresso for you.
Oh, yes, please.
I'll not
All right, then.
smile to people as I just walk away.
Right. And you make it out of the building. It was touch and go for a minute there, but Claire and Dave, did you spot the connection to session 1?
Yeah,
I
did,
got that, yeah.
Yes.
Every
I
good
did.
heist should have a flashback.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't remember what the flashback scenes were, so I'm going to have to watch session 1 to see what Ray and Sweet Pea's session 01 flashbacks were.
I haven't had an altercation with a traffic warden yet. I was looking forward to that.
Oh.
Plenty of time for that.
Jolly good.
So you make your way out and round to Starbucks. You've got the crypto key by hook and by crook. You've got an intercept on the server line at J17 so that you can intercept any kind of banking transfers or anything. You meet up at the Starbucks around the corner where Ray has already purchased beverages.
Coffees.
Okay, so we're nearly there. Timing is important. If we do the transfer now, that will that'll pretty much clear Damien's name. So what we need to do is have someone in the room. At the moment, they plug in the fake stick, the fake transaction. So that's when you start running the transaction we want. So that when Alioglu and his backers figure out what happened after the fact, Damo's looking as bent as possible.
If only there was someone you knew who might be his head of IT that could possibly be in the room when that kind of exchange is taking place.
Ty, his school friend Ty, whose flat I may or may not have slightly blown up.
Just a little bit.
Just a very small bit. Ooh, Starbucks.
Product placement.
Starbucks. We really do.
Can we get an endorsement?
Well, we've got Mercedes Sprinter van and Starbucks.
Oh,
and then Radio
Claire D,
Shack.
you've got a reroll.
Oh.
Whenever you want.
For whenever you need it.
Roll for triple espresso.
Claire D. So, is there anything anybody particularly wants to do now?
Drink my coffee.
You have access to server, access to building, got the crypto key, reproduced the fake key. So it's the scam and the transaction, and then it all falling apart.
Yeah.
Based on Dave's plan from earlier.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right, and the actual transaction's happening tomorrow. So
we know roughly what time because we've got Damo's.
Yeah, we've got the exact time.
Schedule.
Yeah, and you're only shortly after lunchtime now. So if there's anything else you want to take a poke at or a look at or investigate.
And at that point, we use the stick to shunt the money into Damo's Canary Islands, like slush pot, and then out of there into somewhere we can use it.
How much of that do we need to set up ahead of time?
Yeah, we should probably, if we're going to send it to one of his accounts, then we're going to need access to transfer it out.
Or you set up an account in his name.
Yes, we'll do
It
that.
only has to have his name on it.
It's true.
True.
We just need the paper trail because it's not going to stay there. Depends how many shells we want to move it through and make it untraceable. But that is not my field of expertise.
Oh, that is
use
Tiana's
at least 6, I think.
There we go.
That is
2 of them
Tiana's field
offshore.
expertise. So
Right.
Well, we got Wi-Fi. You know, I'll get coffees in. Maybe one of those
Set
button
some bank
things.
accounts up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Tiana, if you want to do intelligence computers, and Potter, Sweet Pea, if you want to do an intelligence computers as well, you can combine your role and successes to build yourselves an untraceable web of illegal bank accounts.
Oop. Yes.
Holy cat.
How many do we need?
You got 7. 7 successes on a tech roll between the two of you is enough to bounce those bank accounts all around the places and lose them eventually. So you've got this big obvious account set up in his name with an automatic feed out into other / accounts. So you can get it going to the Canaries from the
Not
Canaries.
too obvious. You want the account in his name to look like somebody who's not very good at this has tried to hide it.
Yeah. So you've got this situation set up where you've built the bank accounts for the money transfer ready to go. While you're doing that, You notice one of the files that you're playing with has a little Sphinx icon on it. Potter.
One of the files from...
One of the J17 server files.
Okay.
Has a Sphinx on it.
Was there a Sphinx on any of the other stuff that we looked at to do with
the
the Tool Society or the...
We've seen the Sphinx before, haven't we?
The Sphinx Society, the people we're working for.
It's
Yeah,
the
it
Hermetics.
was Mr.
Oh,
Black.
Black.
that's interesting.
Make an Arete roll. A mortal would have a sleeper, sorry, would have absolutely no idea that that file was flagged. There'd be no way for anyone who wasn't a mage to know that that file was flagged, and the flag on that file is for a property deed.
What's the property deed?
The property deed is for a London property that Caton Holding and Investments owns, but it doesn't fit in with the rest of their portfolio. It's like a cheeky snakeage. It's the property deal for Down Street Station. And if anybody is interested in what that means for the mage community, you can make an intelligence and occult roll.
I don't have any occult, I don't think.
No.
Oh, I do. Ray does, for reasons.
Spooky wizards.
Spooky wizards.
I've got cosmology or enigmas.
Was it intelligence and occult?
Intelligence occult, yeah.
So few dice, but one success. If it's a 6.
One success, Potter, 2 successes. Claire D, all the successes, 3 successes. Down Street Station is one of the most famous nodes in London, and it's been lost. Everybody knows where Down Street Station is, but it's not there anymore.
What now?
Down Street Station is supposed to be accessible from the embankment, but anybody who tries to go there finds themselves stood in a weird basement that doesn't go anywhere. It's not Down Street Station. Down Street Station has vanished off of all recollection, but is one of the most powerful nodes in London. Was once a chantry and has gone missing. And for this
owned by Sphinx.
It is owned by Caton Holdings and Investments. The Sphinx isn't there anymore.
So it knows it's been spotted.
No, quite the opposite.
What
the
then?
Sphinx was there to make you spot it.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a big neon sign going.
Enigma leads us where dogma cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's so it's a whole okay. Yeah, sorry.
Are there any details on this deed? Sweet pea.
The details on the deed are that somewhere in Caton Holding and Investment there is a physical deed for Down Street Station. You suspect that as mages, ownership of the deed would give you entitlement to access the station itself.
Probably want to have a look at this.
That's tasty.
And if the Sphinx is, it's possible that the nature of the Sphinx has been pointing you at that all along, and that the rest of the heist has been window dressing. But that in the process of doing it, you've uncovered 3 or 4 other depths of things that are going on in London that you didn't know were happening before.
Layers. Like a cake.
Or an ogre.
Or an onion.
Or an onion.
And with that, I believe I shall wrap up the session about there. We're at 5 to 11. We've got a big hanging enigma. You've done a big chunk of the initial heist. So 2 weeks hence, we will be looking at the next phase of the heist, and then possibly 1, maybe even 2 sessions after that. I certainly don't think we'll get to more than 10 in this season, but we're looking like we're bang on track for where we were hoping. Now, we do have 2 little announcements to throw away at the end of the session. One is that next Tuesday in Path of the Pilgrim, our Pathfinder 2 game, we're going to be doing a giveaway of... Oh, thank you. Going to be doing a giveaway of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition GM screen, which is very, very beautiful and has lots of useful information on it. But I'm going to hand over to Mr. David Moore, glorious editor-in-chief of things.
not editor-in-chief, just
Too far.
Dave, who do you work for and what do you want to do?
Yeah, so I am a book editor. I work for Rebellion Publishing, who publishes as Abaddon Books and Solaris. I have commissioned, it's called Northern Wrath by Tilda Coldholt, the most Viking person I know. It's part 1 of the Hanged God trilogy. It is a big, fun, gruesome, magical, epic fantasy trilogy set in Jutland in about the 10th century. So it is both set in the real world and full of giants and dwarves and magic and gods being killed and all the rest of it. This is what we call an advanced review copy, or ARC. The book's not out until October, but I am going to give away a book free to one person who Ben will designate for me. So for this beautiful, thick, I mean, honestly, if there's any animals you want to choke, this beautiful, thick, magic-filled Viking arc, let me know and I'll pop it in the post for you. Well, I mean, do whatever Ben says and he'll let me know and I'll pop it.
So yes, if you want to win a copy of Epic Viking Saga Extravaganza, join us 2 weeks hence on Twitch and say, I want the Viking book, and we will pick a winner from there, or from today if someone says, I want the Viking book today, and we'll pick one of the people from today or 2 weeks hence to send the book out and get that sent to your house for the reading. No, Garblag, you can't have it. You're in charge. Okay, anyway, in the meantime, this has been Ascension Heist. I have been your storyteller. These have been my players. We have had a lovely time. I hope you have had a nice time as well. Join us on Thursday for, hang on, let me get it right, Tears of the Dreamer on Thursday. And then next Tuesday for Path of the Pilgrim. Next Thursday for Carbon 2185, Cyberpunky Goodness, and possibly the occasional one-shot thrown in between there. We may have an announcement linked to a current Kickstarter coming out imminently. But thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to my players. I will do some XP for next week so that you've all got points to spend on being cool and stuff.
Yay!
If you can sort of get me up to that 24-point threshold.
Just teasing.
Putting that out there. Just putting that out there.
Somebody wants Mind 4. Who knows why?
Who doesn't?
Most you want is just...
But yes, thank you and good night.
I
all.
just want a 4th dice. I don't even mind about that. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Good night.